Hello everyone, and welcome back to the British Accent Podcast. I am Robert, and I am delighted that you are spending some time with us today. Whether you are listening at home, on your way to work, or during a relaxing walk, thank you for joining us. Today's episode is dedicated to one of the greatest sporting events on our planet. We are talking about the FIFA World Cup 2026. For millions of people, the World Cup is much more than a football tournament. It is a celebration of passion, culture, dreams, and unforgettable memories. Every 4 years, the entire world seems to pause for one extraordinary month. Families gather around televisions together. Friends fill cafes and sports bars with excitement. Children imagine becoming the next football superstar. Even people who rarely watch football often become part of the celebration. The 2026 tournament is especially remarkable for several important reasons. It is the biggest FIFA World Cup ever organized. For the first time in history, 48 national teams are competing for football's greatest prize. That means more countries have the opportunity to experience the magic of the World Cup. It also means more matches, more fans, and many more unforgettable stories. Another historic feature is the host countries. The tournament is being held across the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Never before has the World Cup been hosted by 3 nations on such a large scale. This creates a unique atmosphere across an entire continent. Every stadium offers its own energy and character. Every city welcomes supporters from every corner of the globe. The World Cup has always been full of surprises. Famous teams sometimes struggle against determined underdogs. Unknown players suddenly become international heroes. One brilliant goal can change an entire tournament. One unforgettable save can inspire millions of fans. That unpredictability is one reason why football is often called the beautiful game. No prediction is ever completely safe. No favorite is guaranteed victory. Every match begins with endless possibilities. Throughout today's episode, we will explore many different sides of this incredible competition. We will begin with the latest tournament results and some of the biggest surprises so far. Then we will discover what makes this edition of the World Cup so different from every previous tournament. After that, we will look at the teams and players who are capturing everyone's attention. We will also travel back through history to remember some of the greatest World Cup moments ever witnessed. Later in the episode, we will talk about the amazing atmosphere created by football supporters around the world. As always, we have some special segments waiting for you. Cinema Talks will introduce a film that perfectly matches today's football theme. Words of Wisdom will share an inspiring quote from one of football's greatest legends. Science Corner will explain the fascinating physics that makes a football curve through the air. By the end of this episode, you will have explored football from many different perspectives. So, find a comfortable place to sit. Turn up the volume just a little. Get ready for an exciting journey into the world of football. This is the FIFA World Cup 2026. Let's get started. The FIFA World Cup 2026 has already delivered everything that football fans could have hoped for. We have seen thrilling matches. We have celebrated spectacular goals. We have witnessed dramatic comebacks. We have also said goodbye to several famous teams. As this episode is being recorded, the tournament has completed the new round of 32. The round of 16 is now officially set. Let's begin with some of the biggest results. Canada defeated South Africa by 1-0. That victory sent Canada into the round of 16. The home supporters celebrated a famous achievement. Brazil defeated Japan by 2-1. Japan played with great determination. However, Brazil showed its experience when it mattered most. Paraguay produced one of the biggest surprises. They eliminated Germany after a dramatic penalty shootout. Very few football experts expected that result. Germany's journey ended much earlier than many fans predicted. Morocco also shocked the football world. They eliminated the Netherlands. The match was decided on penalties after an intense battle. Morocco once again proved that their success in recent years was no accident. Norway defeated Ivory Coast by 2-1. Erling Haaland continues to lead the Norwegian attack with confidence. Norway now believes it can compete with anyone. France looked extremely impressive. They defeated Sweden by 3-0. Their performance was fast, organized, and clinical. Many fans now consider France one of the strongest favorites for the title. Mexico earned an important victory over Ecuador. The final score was 2-1. The home crowd created an unforgettable atmosphere. Mexico now faces a huge challenge against England. England defeated DR Congo by 2-1. The match was more difficult than many supporters expected. England eventually found the winning goal and secured qualification. Their next opponent will be Mexico. Belgium survived a very difficult match against Senegal. Extra time was needed to decide the winner. Belgium eventually won by 3-2. It was one of the most dramatic matches of the knockout stage. The United States defeated Bosnia and Herzegovina by 2-0. The home supporters created an electric atmosphere. American fans are dreaming of another deep World Cup run. Spain comfortably defeated Austria. The Spanish team played attractive attacking football. Their confidence continues to grow with every match. Portugal defeated Croatia in another tense encounter. That victory created one of the most exciting round of 16 fixtures. Football fans around the world are now looking forward to Spain against Portugal. One of the most unforgettable matches involved Argentina and Cape Verde. Argentina entered the match as the defending champions. Many people expected an easy victory. Instead, they faced an incredible challenge. Cape Verde matched Argentina almost until the very end. The match finished 3-2 after extra time. Lionel Messi scored once and inspired his team. Argentina needed an own goal in extra time to finally win. Cape Verde left the tournament with enormous respect from football fans everywhere. Egypt also celebrated a memorable achievement. They defeated Australia after a penalty shootout. That victory earned Egypt a place in the round of 16. Their reward is a fascinating match against Argentina. Colombia completed the round of 16 lineup. They defeated Ghana by 1-0. Switzerland will be their next opponent. Several teams have exceeded expectations during this tournament. Canada continues to impress both fans and football experts. Morocco has once again shown remarkable determination. Paraguay has eliminated one of football's traditional giants. Cape Verde may be out of the competition, but they won millions of new supporters with their fearless performances. Some famous football nations have experienced deep disappointment. Germany has already gone home. The Netherlands have also been eliminated. Sweden could not continue their journey. Japan showed great spirit but narrowly missed qualification. These results remind everyone that reputation alone never wins football matches. Several players have already become the stars of this tournament. Lionel Messi continues to produce magical moments for Argentina. His leadership remains invaluable. His experience has guided his team through difficult situations. France has displayed outstanding teamwork across the entire pitch. Spain's young attacking players continue to excite football fans. Erling Haaland remains one of the tournament's most dangerous strikers. Many emerging players have also introduced themselves to the global audience with fearless performances. Social media has been filled with unforgettable moments. Supporters are talking about Paraguay's stunning victory over Germany. Fans cannot stop discussing Cape Verde's heroic performance against Argentina. Morocco's latest giant-killing performance has also become one of the biggest stories of the tournament. The excitement continues to grow with every passing day. The round of 16 promises even more spectacular football. Every remaining team believes the dream is still alive. Every match now becomes a battle for survival. One mistake could end a nation's journey. One magical moment could create football history. The FIFA World Cup 2026 marks the beginning of a completely new chapter in football history. Many people are calling it the biggest transformation the tournament has ever experienced. For almost 100 years, the World Cup continued to evolve. However, no previous change has been as significant as this one. The most obvious difference is the number of participating teams. For the first time ever, 48 national teams have qualified for the tournament. Previous editions featured only 32 teams. That means 16 additional countries have earned the chance to compete on football's biggest stage. For many nations, this is a dream that has finally become reality. Several countries are making their first ever World Cup appearance. Their players have inspired millions of supporters back home. Young footballers now believe that reaching the World Cup is more achievable than ever before. The expansion also makes the tournament more diverse. More continents are represented. More football cultures are introduced. More languages are heard inside the stadiums. More national anthems echo before kickoff. The World Cup truly feels more global than ever. With 48 teams, FIFA also introduced a completely new tournament format. The competition begins with 12 groups. Each group contains 4 national teams. Every team plays 3 group matches. The top 2 teams from each group automatically qualify for the knockout stage. That accounts for 24 qualified teams. The 8 best third-place teams also advance. This creates a total of 32 teams in the knockout rounds. The famous knockout stage therefore begins 1 round earlier than before. Instead of starting with the round of 16, it now begins with the round of 32. This means every successful team must now win 5 knockout matches to become world champions. In previous tournaments, only 4 knockout victories were required. That extra challenge makes lifting the World Cup trophy even more difficult. Every additional match increases both excitement and pressure. Players must stay physically fit for a longer period. Coaches must carefully manage their squads. Rotation has become more important than ever. Even the strongest teams cannot rely on only 11 players. Every member of the squad may become important. One substitute could completely change a crucial match. One injury could change an entire tournament. The expanded format also creates more opportunities for dramatic stories. Smaller football nations have additional chances to qualify from their groups. One unexpected victory can suddenly transform a team's future. Fans remain hopeful until the very last group match. Very few teams are eliminated early. That keeps the competition exciting for a longer time. Another historic feature is the selection of host countries. The 2026 World Cup is being hosted by 3 nations. Those countries are the United States, Canada, and Mexico. This is the first World Cup ever organized by 3 host nations. Each country brings its own unique football culture. Each country offers different traditions and experiences. Supporters can travel across North America while following their national teams. The United States provides many of the tournament's largest stadiums. Several venues can welcome more than 70,000 spectators. Many of these stadiums are famous for hosting American football. They have now been transformed into spectacular football arenas. Canada brings a passionate and rapidly growing football community. The country has invested heavily in developing the sport. Its national team has become increasingly competitive during recent years. Hosting the World Cup represents another major milestone for Canadian football. Mexico already has a special place in World Cup history. It previously hosted the tournament in 1970. It hosted the tournament again in 1986. The 2026 edition makes Mexico the first country ever to host 3 men's FIFA World Cups. That achievement is truly remarkable. Mexican football supporters are famous around the world. Their stadium atmosphere is energetic and unforgettable. The famous sound of cheering crowds creates an incredible experience. Hosting matches across 3 countries also creates logistical challenges. Teams must sometimes travel long distances. Climate conditions may change from one city to another. Some matches are played in hot temperatures. Others take place in cooler weather. Coaching staffs must prepare for every possibility. Modern technology also plays an important role throughout the tournament. Advanced goal line technology helps referees make accurate decisions. Video assistant referee technology continues to review important incidents. Semi-automated offside technology speeds up difficult decisions. These innovations aim to make the game fairer for everyone. The expansion has also created exciting economic opportunities. More cities benefit from international tourism. Hotels welcome visitors from every continent. Restaurants serve fans from dozens of different countries. Local businesses enjoy increased activity throughout the tournament. The World Cup generates billions of dollars in economic impact. Media coverage has reached extraordinary levels. Television broadcasters operate around the clock. Journalists report from every host city. Millions of photos appear online every single day. Supporters share unforgettable memories through social media. The entire world becomes connected through one tournament. Of course, not everyone agrees with every change. Some football experts believe the tournament has become too large. Others worry that players must compete in too many matches. There are also concerns about long travel distances. These discussions continue throughout the competition. At the same time, many supporters welcome the new format. They enjoy seeing more countries participate. They appreciate discovering talented players from emerging football nations. They believe the World Cup should represent the entire football world. The tournament has always been about bringing nations together. Now that goal feels even stronger. This expanded World Cup reminds us that football belongs to everyone. No matter where a nation comes from, every team has the opportunity to dream. That is exactly what makes the FIFA World Cup 2026 the beginning of a new era for the beautiful game. As the tournament moves deeper into the knockout stage, the competition becomes even more intense. Every remaining team believes that lifting the World Cup trophy is still possible. Some nations have confirmed their status as favorites. Others have surprised the football world with fearless performances. A few teams have quietly built momentum without attracting too much attention. Those teams can often become the most dangerous opponents. Let's begin with the strongest title contenders. France continues to look like one of the complete teams in the tournament. Their attack is fast and creative. Their midfield controls the rhythm of matches. Their defense remains calm under pressure. Every player understands their role perfectly. The French squad also has impressive depth. Quality players are available in every position. Fresh substitutes can change the game during difficult moments. That depth becomes extremely important during a long tournament. Brazil is another nation that always deserves respect. The five-time world champions carry enormous expectations. Football is deeply connected to Brazilian culture. Every generation produces exciting new talent. Brazil combines technical brilliance with attacking confidence. The players enjoy keeping possession. They are comfortable in one-on-one situations. They constantly search for creative solutions. Even when Brazil struggles, the team can suddenly produce moments of magic. Argentina also remains among the favorites. The defending champions understand what it takes to win the World Cup. Experience is one of their greatest strengths. Many players have already faced enormous pressure. They know how to remain calm during difficult moments. The team never gives up easily. Argentina often finds ways to win close matches. That mentality makes them extremely dangerous. Spain has impressed many football fans throughout the tournament. Their passing football remains beautiful to watch. The players move constantly without the ball. Quick combinations create space in dangerous areas. Spain also defends as a team. Every player contributes when possession is lost. That balance makes them one of the strongest contenders. England continues to dream of ending decades of disappointment. The squad is filled with world-class talent. Several players compete for Europe's biggest clubs. The team has become more mature in recent years. Confidence continues to grow after every victory. Supporters believe this could finally be their year. Portugal cannot be ignored either. The Portuguese team combines experienced leaders with exciting young stars. Their attacking players are capable of deciding matches within seconds. They remain one of the most unpredictable teams in the competition. A single counter-attack can completely change the outcome of a match. Now let's talk about the rising football nations. These are the teams that continue to surprise the world. Canada has become one of the biggest success stories. Playing at home has given the players extra confidence. The supporters have created an unforgettable atmosphere. The team has responded with disciplined performances. Canadian football has improved dramatically during the last decade. Youth development programs continue to produce talented players. The future looks very bright. Morocco has once again proven that recent success was not a coincidence. Their incredible run at the 2022 World Cup inspired millions of people. This tournament has confirmed their continued progress. The players defend with remarkable organization. They attack with courage and speed. Every opponent knows that Morocco cannot be underestimated. Paraguay has become another major surprise. Eliminating Germany required outstanding determination. The players believed in themselves from the very beginning. They remained disciplined throughout the match. Their victory reminded everyone that teamwork often defeats individual talent. Norway has also attracted plenty of attention. For many years, Norwegian football waited for another golden generation. That generation appears to have arrived. The team plays with confidence. They attack with purpose. They defend with determination. Many experts believe Norway can challenge the biggest football nations. Egypt deserves special recognition as well. Their qualification for the round of 16 delighted supporters across Africa. The players have shown excellent discipline. They have worked tirelessly in every match. Their confidence continues to increase. Many neutral fans are enjoying Egypt's impressive journey. Colombia has quietly built an impressive campaign. They may not receive as much international attention as some traditional giants. However, they remain extremely competitive. Their players are technically gifted. They move the ball quickly. They never stop fighting until the final whistle. Now let's focus on the star players leading their countries. Every World Cup creates new heroes. Some stars arrive with enormous expectations. Others suddenly become household names. For Argentina, much attention remains focused on Lionel Messi. Even at this stage of his remarkable career, he continues to inspire his teammates. His vision remains extraordinary. His passing creates opportunities from almost nothing. His leadership extends far beyond scoring goals. Young players gain confidence simply by playing beside him. Brazil also possesses several outstanding attacking players. Their forwards combine speed with exceptional technical ability. Any one of them can change a match within seconds. Opponents must remain alert at all times. Norway looks to Erling Haaland for inspiration. His physical strength is extraordinary. His movement inside the penalty area is exceptional. Defenders know exactly how dangerous he can be. Stopping him is another challenge entirely. England relies on several experienced leaders. Their captain leads both through performances and determination. Young players also contribute valuable energy. The balance between youth and experience strengthens the entire squad. Portugal continues to benefit from exceptional attacking talent. Creative players produce moments that excite football supporters around the world. Their technical ability makes every match entertaining. Mexico's players have been inspired by passionate home supporters. The atmosphere inside the stadiums gives them extra motivation. Every successful tackle receives huge applause. Every attacking move creates excitement. That emotional support can make a real difference. Finally, let's discuss the dark horses of the tournament. A dark horse is a team that many people underestimate. These teams may not receive much attention before the tournament. However, they often surprise everyone. Morocco certainly belongs in that category. Their confidence grows after every victory. No opponent enjoys facing such an organized team. Paraguay has already shown what they can achieve. Eliminating Germany proved they fear nobody. Canada continues to enjoy tremendous home support. That advantage should never be underestimated. The players believe they can defeat any opponent. Norway also fits the description of a dangerous outsider. They possess enough attacking quality to trouble every defense. One outstanding performance could carry them into the later rounds. Colombia remains another team capable of surprising the football world. They play with confidence. They remain calm under pressure. They wait patiently for opportunities. That approach often succeeds during knockout football. One important lesson appears in every World Cup. Famous names do not guarantee success. Expensive players do not guarantee victory. Every remaining nation still carries a dream. Every player wants to make history. The road to the World Cup final becomes more difficult with every match. Only one team will eventually lift the famous golden trophy. Until that final whistle arrives, absolutely anything remains possible.
Cinema Talks.
In today's Cinema Talk segment, we are diving into a football movie that captures emotion, pressure, and leadership in a powerful way. The film we are discussing is The Damned United from 2009. This movie is not about the World Cup itself. However, it deeply reflects the psychological world of football. It shows how football is not only played on the pitch. It is also fought in the mind. The story follows a legendary football manager during a very intense period of his career. It focuses on ambition, pressure, and personal expectations. It shows how success in football is never simple or calm. Every decision carries emotional weight. And every match can change a manager's entire future. One of the strongest ideas in this film is how football inspires storytelling. Football is full of conflict, drama, and human emotion. That is why it translates so well into cinema. The movie shows how football stories are often about more than winning or losing. They are about identity, pride, and personal struggle. Another key theme is leadership under pressure. The main character is constantly under stress from media, fans, and club expectations. He must make difficult decisions in very short time. He must lead players who have different personalities and emotions. This reflects what happens in real World Cup tournaments. National team coaches face enormous pressure from entire countries. Every substitution is analyzed. Every tactic is questioned. Results become national news. Leadership in football is never quiet or easy. It requires confidence even in moments of doubt. It requires clarity when everything feels uncertain. The film also highlights team spirit and determination. Football teams are not just collections of individual talent. They are living systems that depend on trust and unity. When the team is united, performance becomes stronger. When the team is divided, even great talent can fail. This idea connects strongly with World Cup football. We often see underdog teams succeed because they play as one unit. We also see strong teams struggle when harmony is missing. Team spirit often decides the outcome more than individual skill. Another important lesson from the movie is dealing with failure. In football, no career is without disappointment. Managers lose matches. Players make mistakes. Seasons do not always go as planned. The movie shows that failure is part of the journey. What matters is how people respond after failure. Do they give up, or do they rebuild? This question is very important in World Cup history as well. Many legendary teams have experienced painful defeats. Yet they return stronger in future tournaments. That resilience is what creates football legends. The movie also reflects the emotional intensity of football culture. Fans are passionate and demanding. They celebrate victories with joy. They react strongly to defeats. This emotional environment shapes everything in football. It affects players, managers, and entire clubs. In World Cup tournaments, this pressure becomes even larger. Entire nations watch every match together. Expectations rise with every win. Pressure increases with every round. The mental side of football becomes just as important as the physical side. Another powerful connection between the film and World Cup football is the idea of legacy. Every manager and player wants to be remembered. Nobody wants to be forgotten after their career ends. Legacy is built through moments, decisions, and results. A single tournament can define an entire generation. A victory can become historic. A single mistake can become unforgettable. The movie reminds us that football is not only about tactics. When we watch the World Cup, we are not only watching sport. We are watching emotional drama in real time. We are watching history being written step by step. That is why films like The Damned United feel so close to real football experiences. It is about understanding football from a different perspective and connecting storytelling with real-world tournaments like the World Cup. And it is a reminder that behind every match, there is always a deeper story waiting to be told.
Words of wisdom.
Football history is filled with voices that continue to inspire generations of players and fans. Among those voices, one of the most powerful comes from the legendary football icon Pelé. His words go far beyond sport and reach into discipline, mindset, and life philosophy. A famous statement often associated with him says, "Success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you are doing." That message perfectly reflects the journey of every player who reaches the World Cup stage. Years of training shape every athlete long before they appear on the global stage. Early mornings on training grounds build the foundation of professional discipline. Countless repetitions of basic skills slowly transform potential into real ability. Behind every national team player lies a long story of commitment and patience. No football career is built overnight or by chance. Every achievement is the result of continuous effort over many years. Perseverance becomes the invisible force that pushes athletes through setbacks. Injuries, defeats, and criticism often challenge a player's confidence. Strong players learn to continue even when motivation feels low. That mental strength often separates good players from world-class performers. Sacrifice plays an equally important role in every football journey. Time with family is often reduced during intense training periods. Personal comfort is frequently replaced by strict routines and discipline. Social life becomes limited during important competition seasons. Many players leave their home countries at a young age to pursue football dreams. Such sacrifices are rarely visible to fans watching matches on television. However, those sacrifices are always present behind every successful performance. Learning is another essential part of football development. Every match provides new lessons for players and coaches. Mistakes become valuable opportunities for improvement. Tactical understanding evolves through experience and analysis. Even the greatest players continue to learn throughout their careers. Adaptation is required in every new tournament environment. Conditions change, opponents change, and strategies must evolve accordingly. Dedication transforms all these elements into consistent performance. Daily training sessions build physical strength and technical precision. Mental preparation ensures focus during high-pressure situations. Nutrition and recovery support long-term athletic performance. Every detail matters when competing at the highest level. Love for the game remains the most important driving force. Without passion, discipline becomes difficult to maintain. Without enjoyment, pressure becomes overwhelming. Football players often describe their sport as a lifelong passion rather than a profession. That emotional connection fuels performance during difficult moments. When pressure increases, passion becomes the source of resilience. World Cup tournaments highlight all these values at once. Players represent entire nations on the global stage. Expectations from millions of fans create enormous responsibility. Every pass, shot, and decision carries emotional weight. Under such pressure, only mentally strong players can perform consistently. The difference between success and failure is often extremely small. A single moment of focus can determine the outcome of a match. A single mistake can change the direction of a tournament. That is why preparation becomes so important in football. Teams spend years building chemistry and understanding. Coaches design strategies for every possible scenario. Players train repeatedly to react instinctively under pressure. Nothing in World Cup football happens by accident. Every result is connected to preparation and mindset. Dedication continues to define champions in every generation. Great teams are not only talented but also committed. Great players are not only skilled but also disciplined. Great victories are not only emotional but also earned. The journey to success always includes challenges and setbacks. However, those challenges shape stronger athletes and stronger teams. In the end, the wisdom of Pelé remains timeless. It reminds us that football is built on effort, passion, and resilience. It also reminds us that true success always has a story behind it. And every World Cup continues to prove that truth again and again.
Curious Minds. The Science Corner.
Football is not only about skill and talent. It is also deeply connected to physics and aerodynamics. Every bending free kick is a perfect example of science in action. Every curved shot follows strict physical laws. Even the most magical goals can be explained through physics. When a football moves through the air, it interacts with invisible forces. These forces shape its trajectory. They decide whether the ball travels straight or curves dramatically. One of the most important concepts behind this effect is the Magnus effect. The Magnus effect explains why spinning objects move in curved paths. When a football spins in the air, it creates different air pressure on each side. One side of the ball moves with the airflow. The other side moves against it. This difference in airflow creates a pressure imbalance. That imbalance pushes the ball sideways. As a result, the ball bends in the air. Players use this effect every time they take a free kick. When a player strikes the ball with the inside of the foot, they create side spin. That spin makes the ball curve around defensive walls. When a player uses the outside of the foot, the curve happens in the opposite direction. The amount of spin determines how sharp the curve becomes. More spin creates a stronger bending effect. Less spin produces a smoother trajectory. Air pressure also plays a major role in how the ball behaves. As the ball moves forward, air flows around it at different speeds. Fast-moving air creates lower pressure. Slow-moving air creates higher pressure. This pressure difference influences the ball's path. Even small changes in pressure can affect accuracy. That is why professional players train for consistency. They aim to control both power and spin at the same time. Body position is extremely important when striking the ball. A slight change in ankle angle can completely change the curve. A small adjustment in foot contact can alter the trajectory. Elite players spend years mastering these tiny details. This is why free kicks at the highest level look so precise. Another important factor is the speed of the ball. A faster shot gives defenders less time to react. However, speed must be balanced with control. Too much power can reduce accuracy. Too little power can make the shot easy to save. Professional players find the perfect balance through repetition. Weather conditions can also influence the ball's movement. Wind can increase or reduce the curve of a shot. Rain can make the pitch and ball heavier. Humidity can slightly change air resistance. All of these factors affect performance during a match. Modern football also uses science to improve training. Players study slow-motion video analysis. Coaches analyze ball trajectories using advanced software. Sensors can measure spin rate, speed, and angle. These tools help players improve their free kick technique. They also help teams design better set-piece strategies. The Magnus effect is not only used in football. It is also seen in tennis, baseball, and cricket. Any spinning object moving through air is affected by it. This shows how universal physics is in sports. Understanding science can give players a real advantage. Small improvements in technique can lead to major differences in results. A slightly better angle can turn a missed shot into a goal. A slightly better spin can beat a world-class goalkeeper. This is why science and football are closely connected. Even the greatest free-kick goals in history follow these principles. They may look magical to fans, but they are actually perfect examples of physics in motion. The next time you see a bending free kick, remember this. It is not just talent alone. It is also science, precision, and control working together. And that combination is what makes football truly beautiful. As we reach the end of today's episode, let's take a moment to look back at everything we explored together. We began with the latest tournament updates and the biggest surprises that are shaping the World Cup 2026. We saw how unexpected results are already changing the direction of the competition. We discovered how underdog teams are challenging football giants on the world stage. We also explored the new era of the World Cup with 48 teams and a completely redesigned format. That expansion has created more matches, more drama, and more unforgettable football moments. We then looked at the teams that are currently making the biggest impact. We talked about strong title contenders like France, Brazil, Argentina, Spain, England, and Portugal. We also highlighted rising football nations that are surprising everyone with their performances. We discussed dark horse teams that can change the entire tournament with one unexpected victory. After that, we explored cinema talks and reflected on the film The Damned United. We connected football storytelling with leadership, pressure, and emotional challenges in the sport. We then shared powerful words of wisdom from Pele. We reflected on how success in football is built through hard work, sacrifice, and love for the game. Next, we entered Science Corner and explored the physics behind curving a football. We learned how the Magnus effect shapes every bending free kick we see on the pitch. We also saw how spin, air pressure, and technique all combine to create magical goals. Football is not only a sport of emotion. It is also a sport of science, strategy, and precision. Looking ahead, the excitement of this World Cup is only going to increase. Every match from this point becomes more important than the last. Every goal can change the destiny of a nation. Every mistake can end a lifelong dream. The journey to the final is becoming more intense with every passing day. Fans around the world are now fully engaged in this incredible tournament. Stadiums are filled with energy, passion, and unforgettable atmosphere. Millions of people are following every match with excitement and hope. Now more than ever, football is bringing the world together. Before we close today's episode, remember that football is more than competition. It is respect between nations and cultures, and a celebration of talent and effort. So wherever you are listening from, support your favorite team with pride. Celebrate victories with joy, but always respect the opponent. Because every team on this stage has worked incredibly hard to be here. Every player represents a dream, a family, and a country. Thank you for joining us in this journey through the World Cup 2026. We hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we enjoyed creating it for you. Stay tuned for the next episode, where even more stories will unfold. More surprises are coming. More emotions are waiting. And more history will be written on the football pitch. This is the British Accent Podcast, signing off for today. Take care, and we will see you in the next episode.